Watch and burn.
Hey everybody, so tonight I am going to be discussing Coal Chamber's 1998 album, and that is their self-titled, I think this is their first record from 98. And I remember me and my friends got really psyched off this because of the strength of Loco. And I didn't buy this record, one of my buddies did. And I know that the second, like by the time the third or fourth song had come and gone, I knew I'd made the right choice by avoiding laying down my hard stolen cash on this bad boy, because this record's kind of a mess. I mean, Loco is amazing. And unfortunately, it's the only song on here that sounds like that. It has a lot in common with Kitty's first record, Spit. I found that Brackish was the only song on there that got that energized and was that heavy, and it was that fast and that sort of chaotic, much like I feel the same way about Mudvayne's LD50. The only song on there that got off the ground was Dig. So these bands have a way of releasing these really energetic and thrashy and catchy and like memorable metal songs. And then the rest of the record just feels like they gotta just support that song. Because, I mean, I, or One, or whatever the track is, it tries to be Loco, but it just doesn't work. Sway tries to be local too, but it just can't seem to recapture what Loco has. And it's like, there's too much of that quiet, loud trade-off, and I find that, like, their quietest parts, they sound like the weakest aspects of Alice in Chains, and when they're at their loudest, that isn't Loco, I find that, like, it's like they sound too much like White Zombie. And even what's-his-name's vocals, they even at times remind me of early Rob Zombie via White Zombie. And everything is very White Zombie-ish, and not to mention the fact that they totally stole their groove and bass sound from fucking Korn. Like, that fieldy click, that's all over this. And it's like, they're so unapologetic about it. And that's like Korn's thing. That's like, Korn's got the fucking, like the market cornered on Fieldy's bass, adhering to like the foot pedal. I always called Korn's shit like foot pedal metal, because everything they did was governed by the pedal or the kick, you know, or the bass drum or whatever you want to call it. And I just find that Coal Chamber, at least on this record, they are stealing that so hardcore. It's like this is out and out thievery. Okay? And it's not in the good Picasso way. This is more like this band is just creatively bankrupt and they're stealing from Korn. Like, I mean, there's parts of Loco, like, peppered throughout this album. So it's like they tried to do that in order to fool us. Like, oh, well, you know, Loco is the best song. And the video was rad too. But then the rest of the record, they just didn't have that in them again. So they just could do it here and there. So they dropped 5 seconds of Loco here, 10 seconds of Loco there. Like they're going to pull the wool over all our eyes. But it didn't work. And I'm really glad I never bought this record. So yeah, so that is where I'm going to leave it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little over 3.5 minutes while I discuss Coal Chamber's first album from 1998, and that is their self-titled album, Coal Chamber. Like always, if you like this review or you like this record, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But like always, please don't forget that the world is actually a better place because you are in it. Like always, I'm getting out of here. Have a good night.